My name is Ann Taylor, and I serve as the Director of Philanthropy for iDignity, a nonprofit that works to restore dignity and hope by providing identification for legal residents and U.S. citizens.
My name is Charlene Stanford, and I am legal counsel for iDignity. I have the distinct honor to work with fellow colleagues as well as amazing clients and our incredible volunteers. The mission of our job and the scope of our work interacts with clients directly, as we're able to serve them and assist them with obtaining their legal identification documents while also restoring hope and dignity in the process.
My name is Jackie Ebert, and I'm legal counsel at iDignity Orlando. These are really tough and difficult and almost seemingly impossible systems to navigate by yourself. In order to get an ID post the Real ID Act, you had to verify your birth with the state you were born in, or provide an immigration document. You also had to show that that name was consistent with the name that Social Security had on record. Those are, in and of itself, right, two different agencies or administrations you have to interact with. We can help folks navigate this. We can help them figure it out, and we can walk them through step by step, making sure that they can get identification and acknowledging that dignity and hope is so tied to that plastic card because it opens so many doors.
Each day we have hundreds, if not thousands, of cases of people that have come to iDignity in hopes of being able to restore their identification, which is their identity. And oftentimes in human trafficking, that's the first thing that is taken from a victim. And they are asked to either go under false identity or just get along without any identification so they can be controlled by their pimp. And when they escape human trafficking, the first thing they ask for is, will you please help me restore my identification? And that's what iDignity does. We work as their advocate, gathering together all the legal documents that will be needed to help prove who they are. And that's important because no one can help prove who they are by themselves.
It affects everything. It impacts your whole life. What if you try to go to the store to buy something, a gift, and someone says, well, I need your ID? Or what if you try to go to the post office to pick up a parcel? I need your ID. What if you go to the bank to open a bank account? I need your ID. What if you go to school to enroll your children? We need your ID. What if you go to get a job? We need your ID. What if you go to the hospital? We need your ID. These are just several circumstances, and the list goes on, and how I say once you have your ID, it's a key that opens the door to access all of these social services.
I know in domestic violence and intimate partner violence and sex trafficking, we often talk about power differentials, right? And one of the power differentials that a pimp can hold over someone that is being forced to sex traffic is lack of identification, right? If you don't feel that you can leave because you're not gonna be able to get a job, you're not even gonna be able to get into some shelters with identification, you're not gonna be able to access public benefits, so no food stamps, how are you gonna eat? You can't flee a situation insofar as you can't get on a plane and go to a new community and try to start over.
iDignity works with over 100 other nonprofits, and many of those are helping in the fight against human trafficking. We tell them, we don't want you working on identification. Let us do that because that's what we know. That is our specialty. You help in the areas that you are best in, whether it's getting them housing or employment or proper health care. But let us take on the identification. What I love about SAFE is they have their finger on the pulse. That is their main focus, is to fight human trafficking. And they are doing this by learning about it, but then going a step further and educating other people about it. And then even going a step further and raising money to support the nonprofits who have the boots on the ground. When we received the grant from SAFE, we were so just overjoyed because we know that, number one, you believe in our mission. And with the SAFE money, we are going to be able to serve men and women coming out of sex trafficking. And so the support we're receiving is going to help us continue to do what we do best, and that's transforming lives.
A lot of times when we have questions in our interview regarding domestic violence, human trafficking may come up as one of those answers as well. iDignity is a resource for you, and we're here to help you regain your identification. I often tell folks that human trafficking itself is not a political issue. It's a human issue, and it's a tangible issue. We together can collectively do something about it. If you see something, say something. We are ready, we are willing, and we're so able and honored to work with them.